Okay, Libra. So as far as your expectations, hopes, fears, intentions in love, very interesting. We have the moon in reverse for the month of July. When the moon is in reverse, I feel like for a lot of you Libras, your subconscious is playing very powerfully in your life right now. So a lot of you maybe have been having dreams whenever you have the moon in reverse. I feel that your imagination has been running wild. And you kind of get that with the wolf, howling at the moon. Some of you maybe have been experiencing nightmares, dreams, just very vivid imagination. And a lot of you may be afraid almost of what you're feeling. And I feel like what this is your subconscious trying to bring up repressed emotions or issues that you have not dealt with. But what it's doing is it's kind of scary for you. And it's understandable because, emotions can be powerful. And, I feel like your subconscious, your emotions are literally howling at you. I mean, you just see this wolf howling at you, like in your dreams. If you're not going to listen during the day, you're going to listen at night, Libra. But part of you is afraid of this, Libra. Part of you is afraid to look within and afraid to hear what your inner truth, God is trying to tell you. So I do feel like some of you in love are afraid. And once again, there's that feeling of being paralyzed, so scared that you're not going to move at all. You're literally just like scared. You're in a paralyzed position. And so that's going to prevent you from taking any action. But, it's just funny how the universe works, because God and your higher self and your higher calling is asking you to pay attention and to deal with these issues and to not run from them. And because of this, this can kind of allude to projecting onto other people what we don't want to deal with ourselves. I do feel like there's kind of a suspicion. So some of you may not be trusting others or just feeling like you don't really trust anyone right now, Libra, that like, who can you trust? I feel like some of you are not, you're running from the truth. You're running from facing whatever this is. And I have to tell you, I understand this, because fear is a very powerful emotion and it's terrifying. And what's crazy about fear is that fear is almost worse than the outcome. Fear is that saying, the only thing to be afraid of is fear itself. And that is, there's truth to that whatever you're running from isn't even that scary. It's just the fear. Some of you might also be knowing that you need to make a change. So that this isn't going to apply to everyone. This is general. So some of you are listening a little bit more and you are realizing that some things need to change. And you know that this could mean a new journey for you. This could mean a new experience. And that part of you knows that you need to step into this, even if you're terrified, even if you are so afraid. I feel like some of you are realizing that maybe you've come out of a relationship and you're wanting to move forward, and you're realizing that the past doesn't really have anything for you. There's nothing left behind for you anymore. And that you don't really have a choice at this point, Libra, that you have to move forward. And so for some of you, you're really seeking to find that inner strength, that faith, and to believe that you can do this. I do feel like a lot of that God and your spirit are really speaking to you this month. The moon is all about symbols and signs and synchronicities. And I feel like you're getting a lot of messages. But as we can see with the obstacle, the temptation is, Libra, because you are so logic-based, you don't want to tap into those emotions. You'd rather use your mind. You'd rather use your reason and your logic. So for some of you, I do feel like there is a blocking of messages happening in regards to love. And the biggest thing that I'm pinpointing is it's the fear of the unknown. What's going to happen? The unknown. What lies ahead for you that might be preventing progress or forward momentum. The other thing I have to say, Libra, this is a mother. The moon is the mother. So for some of you, when it's in the reverse, is issues of your mother are still haunting you, still disturbing you. Not for all, but for some. When you have the moon in reverse, it can refer to the absence of a mother figure in your life. Some of you might be dealing with, for the females, the moon in the reverse can signify hormones not being balanced, just feeling like your hormones are kind of, you know, just out of sync right now, out of balance. This is about self-deception, Libra. This is about not wanting to see things as they are. And this is about powerful subconscious emotions controlling you, whether you know they are or not. And that's the thing about the subconscious, is a lot of this is not in our control, but there's always hope. So I don't want you to be discouraged. So as far as the challenge this month, we have the King of Swords, and I feel strongly that this is your energy. So the King of Swords, when in the upright position, so obviously this is Aquarius, Libra, or Gemini, this king is perfectly poised. This king is perfectly balanced. He has his head on straight. He has the sword of truth. He has balanced his emotions through his logic, but he listens to his feelings, but he's not ruled by his feelings. He's not sucked into illusions or disillusionment. His imagination is not out of control. What I feel like is that in your love life, Libra, your subconscious is what is ruling your relationships right now. So whatever those issues are, they need to be addressed. And with the moon in reverse, some of those issues are not as bad as you fear them to be. There is a lot of imagination here. And I know that you're a very creative person, Libra, and you're probably very, good at thinking all these stories and ideas up. Some of those may be false. Some of them may be true. There is a need to take the sword of truth, to take the facts and look at things clearly, to see them as they are. I feel that with the King of Swords, what the universe is saying is your love life, Libra, what the decisions that you've been making, this is a serious situation, and to take it seriously, to not brush it under the rug, to not pretend like it doesn't exist, that the best thing for you to do is to take authority, sit on your throne with your sword of truth, with your intellect, with your insight, with your razor sharp judgment, and sort through the facts. Don't be afraid to see the emotions, but don't be swept away by them. It's all about honesty. You can trust that when you speak to the King of Swords, you're going to get the truth based on facts and sound judgment. So I feel like the universe is saying, Libra, be honest with your situation. If you're in a relationship, be honest with your partner. If you're not in a relationship and you're dating, be honest with how you really feel and what you're really thinking. Don't try to please the other person. And I understand, I sympathize with that, because you are wired to be relational. You are wired to care, and your happiness is kind of based on other people's happiness. So it's a tough place to navigate. However, you can do it. There is that perfect place of balance where if you remain true to yourself, you can also diplomatically speak the truth to others. In the end, they're going to respect you. As long as you stay true to your center and your judgment and aligned with God and yourself, you will execute that balance and that logic and that judgment perfectly and beautifully, and it will gain respect. This is also about communicating your needs, Libra. It's about being honest with what you need in relationship. And you could also put your thoughts on paper. If you're feeling overwhelmed by all the stuff that's going on, if you're having dreams, if your fears are kind of running away from you, start to journal out what you're feeling. And I feel like that's going to kind of help you piece together what you need to understand and what you need to know. The other thing about the King of Swords that you have to understand, Libra, is what's beautiful is this is your energy in perfect harmony and balance and authority. Okay. So it's kind of like every sign has its positive and negatives. This is like Libra perfect, the King of Swords faces, you look at this guy and it can be masculine or feminine. He's adorned beautifully. and he kind of almost has like a golden light shining. He has red of authority and power, but he also has blue, so he's using his logic and his reason, his sword of truth. He's poised and he's ready to move forward, but he's not aggressive. So the King of Swords really faces the situation head on. They stand up to it. They do not flinch. They're not daunted by what the conflict might be. And the way he does this is he stays in his mind. He stays analytical, methodical, observant, and he scrutinizes everything that's brought before him. He's very quick with his mind. So he's so prepared. He's dealt with all the issues that he's able to size up a situation very quickly and find where the problem exists. And the reason he is able to do that is he faces it head on. So there is a sense of needing to face your situation, Libra, head on this month, and gaining the mustering the courage and the faith and the belief to be strong, to be that king energy. As long as you operate with a clear, well thought out idea and plan, you are going to be very successful. This is also about, a king is, in principle, has strong morals, has a strong sense of ethics, and this person will speak out if something's not right, if there's injustice, or if something's been corrupted, or discrimination. And Libra, that's you. You're about the judge. You're about judging what is fair. And so don't be afraid to speak your truth, Libra. Don't be afraid to speak on behalf of others who need their case presented. This person has incredibly high standards and demands the same of others. So I really feel like the universe is saying, be who you are, Libra. Don't be afraid. Don't let your imagination confuse you. Be honest with yourself. Be honest with others. I do have to say that this energy in relationships, if this is you, Libra, this is about you having high standards in relationship. And maybe your standards aren't high enough. I don't know, because this is obviously more the obstacle. For me, I feel like this is more the obstacle is being who you're supposed to be and holding to your truth and being your best self. And you're afraid to do that, which, I mean, everybody is, so don't worry. But this is about, for you, Libra, you need someone that's not overbearing or demanding. And I just feel like setting stricter boundaries for yourself, really defining who you are, what you want, and holding to that truth without apology is where you need to go, what you need to work on. Okay, so Libra, I have a beautiful outcome for you. We have the Ace of Pentacles, beautiful card. I love this card, it's very colorful. It is a pentacle, so it does represent the earth signs, Capricorn, Virgo, or Taurus. The Ace of Pentacles is really about a new opportunity for fortune in your life. And maybe that's what all this is happening, this shift in relationships or in your current relationship, or if you're single, it's shifting you so that you can be open to this new opportunity that is being offered to you. As you can see, it's a hand, it's offering you. Okay. So once again, this is an option, Libra. This is not necessarily going to be pushed upon you, but this is an option if you choose to listen to God and your higher self. This is being presented to you. And it's a garden environment. We're looking at a lush, healthy, prosperous, fresh, new start. This can even talk about prosperity in your own backyard. So you may have all this new creative stuff happening for you. And I do feel, because you're the sign of partnership, I do feel that your relationship is going to blossom into something that is going to bring you material success in the physical world. Because it can suggest that you might meet someone, or if you're currently in a relationship, through your work, or it's going to start off on a very solid ground. So if it is not an earth sign, whoever this person is, this partnership is, this opportunity, this is a solid partnership. It's lasting, it's enduring. Like I said, there's a new start here. So if it is a current relationship, after you have weeded through the issues, you may be off to a new fresh start with your partner. However, if you're single, you could come into a new opportunity with a partner. The other thing is, Libra, I feel that finances will be important in your relationship, and a business will be important in this new relationship, because through it, you and your partner are in the pursuit or acquirement of a comfortable lifestyle and surroundings. So money will be a determining factor in your partnership. If you are in a relationship, you might be saving for a house or a car. But this is a great sign that this is a solid partnership, that you're going to move towards a more grounded reality, and that this relationship or partnership is going to be kind of no nonsense, and they basically work steady towards their goals. So Libra, I feel overall for a lot of you, there's a little bit of healing that's happening for you in relationship, but it's only for your good. If you are facing a lot of emotions, it's trying to propel you forward into clarity of thought and success in the physical world. So I would say overall, this is a very good reading, and I really hope this has helped you. If it has, I would so appreciate if you would like and subscribe to this channel.